Chance, how would you kind of characterize where things stand right now at the fall camp with the team?
I think it looks really good. We're just out here competing every day. There's being plays made on both sides of the ball, and when you got good plays on both sides of the ball, that's definitely a good sign.
And you're a Mississippi State guy from a Mississippi State family, correct? Don't you have aren't you a legacy? Can you kind of take us through some of that?
It started, I guess, with my grandfather, Doug Hutton. He played basketball here, track and baseball, so he was a real good athlete. I believe he graduated around 66 or something like that, but both my parents graduated from here. Their parents went here, so we definitely grew up Mississippi State fans.
How much of a boost was it for you when, you either overheard or Mike told you that kind of you and Will are the front runners for that starting spot under center?
I think it's nice, but at the same time, you come out here every day and compete the same way. It doesn't matter if you're a first or a fifth stringer. You're coming out here to get better, and I feel like that's the way our room is, and I feel like that's the way the room is with everybody, honestly. We're out here just competing, and we're not really worried about that. The rest of it will take care of itself.
What was the process like? What was the process like you getting here at Mississippi State? Kind of take us through that when you entered the portal.
It was very interesting. I entered the portal, and just kind of waited out my options. And Mississippi State actually, I wouldn't say it came late, but it wasn't early, that's for sure. And definitely when this opportunity came up, I talked to the coaches, talked to my family, and I thought it was definitely the best place for me to be.
What's it like getting accustomed to the air raid offense? Had you run that before or had any experience with that before you came here?
I've kind of done something like it, but definitely not in this regard where it's almost, you're wanting to pass every single play, and it's definitely nice, and I'm loving it.
How do you feel you've kind of developed learning the offense to this point?
I feel like I've learned it pretty good. I got here in January, so I've gotten the chance to kind of get in the film room during the spring and, watch some plays from last year and watch some previous offenses, like when Gardner ran it at Washington State, and I feel really good about it right now.
I know you and Will are kind of competing right now, but does he teach you a lot about what he learned from the offense last year?
He does, and he's a great quarterback. We're actually roommates, so we do talk ball a lot, and he definitely, when I had some questions in the spring and even right now, he'll definitely help me on the side and, tell me where my eyes need to be at certain positions.
What else, can you kind of elaborate on your relationship with him? What's it like? I know you mentioned your roommates in football, but what about if there's any more to that or off the field stuff? How close are y'all?
We're really close. I always knew about Will growing up. He's 2 years younger than me, but I always knew about him in high school when he was at Brandon, and when I got here, I hit him up if he needed a roommate, and we got on top of it just like that. We're roommates right now, and we're good friends off the field. We hang out on weekends. We throw when we're home together. We live pretty close, so we've always known each other.
A lot of guys, when they go in the portal with 1 year of eligibility left, would go somewhere where you don't have a returning starter. How much of that factored in, knowing that Will was a guy that was the starter toward the end of the year last year?
I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, you just come out here with the same mindset every day, and that's just competing. And, the rest of it will take care of itself. I'm not worried about too much of that. I'm worried what I can control on the field.
When you decided to come here, did you expect to be like this close to the starting job as fast as you've been?
I think that's a tricky question. I definitely am confident in my ability, so I knew if I came out here, showed what I can do on the field and, got in some team-like situations, and I just take care of what I can do and, make some plays, and I knew that option would definitely be available for me.
What stood out to you Saturday as far as the strengths and the weaknesses of the scrimmage?
Like I said at the beginning, there's just good plays being made on both sides of the ball. I think we definitely have one of the better defenses in the country, and I'm excited to watch them go make some plays this year. And I think we're just ready to play another team. We've been out here competing against each other for 2 weeks, and it's been good plays on both sides of the ball, a lot of good competitiveness on the field.
You've talked about Mike and the air raid, but, what's your relationship with Leach kind of been like, and what's it like working with him?
I think it's a good relationship. He's one of the most interesting men I've ever met in my life. He's a great person. He'll teach you a lot about football, but also a lot off the field. And I think that relationship has been very good, and I'm very glad I've gotten the chance to be around him.
What'd you do, in terms of over the summer to kind of build a relationship with some of the receivers?
We spent a lot of time here. We didn't get many weeks off. It was maybe 3, but a lot of that we even stayed up here. So we were up here throwing all the time, and we had most of the receivers up here on days that we weren't even told to be up here. So we've gotten a lot of work in over the summer.
You got several MAIS players up here, Greenville St. Joe, Indianola, and yourself from Jackson Prep. Is it cool to see private school guys getting this chance to play in the SEC?
It is. I had the chance actually to play both public school and private school, and I tell people all the time, there's good players in the MIS, man. It doesn't matter who it is. You're going to find some people that can make it to the next level and definitely not just play at the next level, but succeed at the next level.
Prep plays at Heritage next week. Are you going to be there?
I did not know they were playing Heritage, but I'll definitely try and make an appearance at that. Definitely will.
What did you take away from Saturday's scrimmage from a positive or a negative standpoint?
I thought it was great. To get back in Davis Wade, it was awesome. I love that place. Anytime you can be out there, it's amazing. So, to be out there in a game-like setting and stuff like that, where everybody's live, it's situational football. You're not just tagging off and stuff like that. So I thought it was great. Had a good day, but a lot to build on.
Appears like you guys got a lot more weapons to work with at wide receiver. Yeah. From our vantage point, what are you seeing out of that wide receiver group?
Honestly, it's just more reps. This time last year we didn't have spring ball, so we were all just kind of filling out the offense, and but this time around we have everybody back from last year, plus guys like Makai Polk that have transferred in, some freshmen, Teddy Knox. All those guys are doing really well. But, like I said, to have everybody back from last year, it's really, really going good for us.
Leach said that it was you and obviously Chance competing for that starting job. What's it like competing for a starting job when your roommate's the other guy that you're kind of going against?
It's awesome. We compete in everything we do. I was just asking him, did they ask you who the best ping pong player was at the house? That's what we do every night. Me, him, and Austin live together, and we compete in everything you do.
Are you the best ping pong player in the house?
100%.
Really?
100%.
Do you beat them both pretty badly, or?
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing the way I do those guys. But like foot on the throat all times. No mercy for these guys.
What strides you think you made this off season? Obviously, you're a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing. Getting in the weight room with Coach Brown and those guys, the nutrition staff, they've done a great job. Just taking care of my body. I was talking with my dad the other day. He was like, man, it's going to be the longest season of your life. You're going to have to take care of your body. So that's part of being a Division I athlete. You can't do all the other things that college kids can do these days. So taking care of my body, and then just having reps with other guys. That's something we've done all this off season. Just reps, routes on Sunday. Stuff like that, man. It's good just to build team bonding and team chemistry. So,
how much more do you feel like you've learned this offense having a full, pretty normal off season?
Yeah, I feel like it's going really well. Kind of just like I've been saying, this offense is just repetition. We're not going to change what we do. Execution just has to be there. Just getting even more reps. I got some reps last year, got my feet wet kind of, but we're coming this year.
How would you assess the quarterback competition at this point? Do you feel like you've done enough to earn the starting spot week one?
It's up to the coaches, honestly. I can't say that. I just try to do the best I can for my team.
How much has there been a chip on your shoulder this kind of off season heading into it? Because even going back from the spring game, Mike saying that it's an open quarterback competition. How much of a chip do you have on your shoulder, and how much does that kind of fuel your competitiveness?
Even without him saying that, I still have a chip on my shoulder no matter what. That's who I am, and that's who I always will be. We play at Mississippi State. We're not Alabama. We're not Clemson or whoever. And we always have a chip on our shoulder in everything we do.
You're a guy, too. You were the starter last year, and then Coach brings in 5 more quarterbacks this year, so it's obviously a lot more competition in the room. How do you kind of handle that mentally, knowing that, every year there's going to be new guys coming in trying to take my job?
Yeah, that's college football. If you don't do your job, they're going to find somebody that will do your job, and you better do your job and you better do it well. It's put a lot on me. I never want to settle for anything. I want to be the best at everything I do. I kind of just keep that in the back of my mind in the off season and while I'm working and stuff like that.
How much do you and Chance feel like you have to teach each other with your experience in this offense and this program, and his experience just overall in college football?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. He's a guy that's played college football for 3 years now. We bounce ideas back and forth off of each other and stuff like that. We were talking about this one play earlier, if we like it out of this formation or the other formation better. So, it's good to have somebody like that competing with me and stuff like that, where we can find ways to make each other better.
Obviously, you know what it takes to play as a true freshman in this league. We've seen Travion Hargrove get a lot of reps with the second team and even some first team.
Yeah.
Your impressions of him so far?
He's done a phenomenal job. I think he's going to be the next guy up. We have 2 great running backs, obviously, that played a lot last year. They're true freshmen. But playing in the SEC, you're going to need some bodies at that position. I think he's doing a great job along with other guys. J.J. Jernigan's really caught my eye. I think that room's doing really well.
You mentioned Makai Polk a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
We all see him out here too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like signing a free agent, getting a guy of that caliber.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him, and what's it been like kind of getting him involved?
He's outstanding. The way he runs his routes. He might be one of the quickest guys I've seen to be able to stop and cut so quickly. He's tremendous. He's going to be a really big weapon this year for whoever's playing quarterback. I think we're all excited to see what he's going to do.
How has your relationship with Mike evolved since you've been here, just from the end of last season to now? How has it evolved, and what's kind of your dynamic with him like?
Oh, I think we have a great relationship. I think he's a good coach to have a good relationship with. He's going to shoot you straight, everything he says. I think he's a great guy, does a great job, and, I like playing for him.
Going up against these guys in practice, what kind of steps have you seen from the defense last year to this year? And are there any guys that kind of stood out so far in fall camp?
Those guys are really good. Mississippi State's known for their defense. And, you can see it when you come out here. I mean, guys like Tyrus Reed, Aaron Brule, Randy Charlton, and then our two corners are probably the best in the country. So, playing against those guys every day just makes us better. Competition every single day. Some guy's going to win, some guy's going to lose, and we don't want it to be us. So.
A few sacks on Saturday, but what have you thought of the offensive line so far?
Yeah, they've done a great job. Those sacks are on us, 100%. Those are on the quarterbacks, 100%.
You got Louisiana Tech coming in, home opener. It's going to be more of a normal season this year. How eager are you to get out there in front of 60,000 cowbells?
It's all I can think about. Going to sleep every night. That's the only thing I can think about is just running out, just hearing those for the first time. I mean, I might tears of joy coming out of that dang tunnel. I might cry coming out of there. I'm going to be so happy.